Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're breaking down a definitive masterclass on transitioning your podcast over to YouTube's visual search engine. Look, if you've been relying solely on audio RSS feeds to grow your audience, well, the landscape has fundamentally shifted. We're going to look at exactly how you can capitalize on that today. I'm so excited to guide you through this, because we've pulled insights straight from top industry sources, places like Edison Research, Lower Street, Co-Host, and Soundstripe, to give you a complete, actionable roadmap.
Here's our agenda. We're starting with the opportunity, then moving through your two publishing paths, essential gear and setup, winning the click, and finally, growth and monetization. Let's get right into it.
Section 1, the opportunity. Let's talk about why creators are migrating their shows to a traditionally video-first platform in absolute droves. 100 million. That's a massive number, right? Well, that represents the hours of podcasts consumed on YouTube every single day. Just let that sink in for a second. According to Lower Street, YouTube is essentially the world's second largest search engine. So the audience scale here, it's something you literally cannot afford to ignore if you want your message to actually be heard.
And honestly, we've officially crossed the tipping point. Data from Edison Research shows that as of Q3 2025, 82% of weekly consumers are watching video podcasts. Compare that to just 78% who are listening audio only. The audience isn't just moving to video, they are already there waiting for you.
Which brings us to Section 2, two paths to publishing. We'll be navigating native video versus RSS, because YouTube actually gives you two totally different doors to enter the platform. You've kind of got to choose between native video and RSS import. The native video path? That's your high engagement route. It means uploading fully produced video files, creating custom thumbnails, and tapping into the full power of YouTube's algorithmic recommendation engine. The RSS import, on the other hand, is the low-effort, automated path. You just plug in your show's feed, and YouTube automatically converts your audio into a video using a static image of your podcast cover art. So native absolutely wins on engagement, but RSS wins on effort. If you go the native route, getting started is super logical. You just follow 3 simple steps inside your YouTube Studio dashboard. First, open the studio. Second, navigate to the Content tab and click Podcasts. And third, you can either create a brand new podcast or just designate an existing playlist as one. That's the secret to unlocking that dedicated Podcasts tab right on your channel.
But hey, if you prefer an automated alternative, the RSS route acts like a highly efficient technical backend. Once you set it up, it just automatically ingests your feed. So every time you publish an audio episode to your host, it magically appears on YouTube, completely bypassing the need for cameras or video editing. It's a fantastic way to establish a presence if you just aren't quite ready for a massive multi-camera setup. All right, moving on to Section 3, essential gear and setup. We're talking about building your audio foundation, because here's a universal truth for you. Even on video, audio is king. Viewers might forgive a slightly grainy video, but they are going to click away instantly if your audio echoes or clips. A properly treated room will always outperform expensive gear in an empty, echoing space. To guarantee clean audio, keep a dynamic microphone placed close to your mouth. Throw in some soft room surfaces, curtains or rugs, to dampen that reverb. Make sure you monitor with wired headphones and definitely record separate audio tracks for each speaker so you can edit everyone independently later. Now, while you're sorting out your physical gear, do not overlook your digital assets. YouTube's Content ID system is no joke. It's an automated tracking system for copyrighted material. So if you casually use an unlicensed song for your intro, triggering this system can completely derail your episode's monetization, or even worse, slap your channel with a strike. Always, always use properly licensed music designed specifically for video platforms. Okay, so your beautifully recorded episode is finally uploaded. Now the battle shifts entirely to discoverability. Section 4, winning the click and the absolute art of the thumbnail. Co-host data proves that 90% of the top-performing YouTube videos have custom thumbnails. Custom artwork isn't just an option anymore, it's an absolute necessity. Remember, humans process visuals about 60,000 times faster than text. When a potential listener is scrolling through an endless sea of content, your thumbnail is literally your one shot to stop them in their tracks. You have to earn the click before anyone reads a single word of your title. So, how do you make sure your thumbnail pops? Follow this basic framework. You want to maintain a standard 16:9 ratio. Lean into the rule of thirds or a split-screen layout, especially if your show features debates or interviews. Use really high color contrast so your subjects jump off the background, and don't overcomplicate it.
Leverage accessible tools like Canva or remove.bg to make the design process totally seamless.
On the flip side, please avoid these common traps. Your thumbnail text should tease a question or highlight a provocative quote. Do not just uselessly repeat the video title underneath it. Stay away from thin, wispy fonts that just vanish on mobile screens. Prevent visual clutter, and definitely steer clear of slacking massive corporate logos all over the image. Make it entirely about the value the viewer is about to get.
Let's transition over to our fifth and final phase, growth and monetization. We're looking at the long-tail payoff, exploring the actual life cycle of a published episode and exactly how it eventually earns revenue.
I want you to think of your channel's growth kind of like planting a seed. It starts with an initial algorithm test and then transitions into a patient, multi-week timeline before that plant finally bears fruit. Listen, YouTube doesn't work like an Apple Podcasts feed. It requires a bit more patience, but man, the rewards are significantly sweeter.
Unlike audio feeds that peak on launch day and then just vanish into the archives, YouTube actually provides a long tail of discovery. It goes from an initial core audience test in week 1 to algorithm expansion in weeks 3 and 6, all the way to long-tail search discovery in week 12. As long as your engagement metrics remain strong, YouTube will just continually serve your older episodes to completely new audiences over weeks and even months.
And the payoff? Once you hit the criteria for the YouTube Partner Program, you unlock dynamic ad insertion, sponsorships, and real-time revenue analytics right in your dashboard. It's amazing. You can track all your different income streams side by side, perfectly demonstrating the sheer power of combining a great niche topic with YouTube's incredible back-end analytics.
Given the massive shift in consumption habits we've explored today, I want to leave you with this final thought. Are you leaving your audience on the table by staying audio only? Is your podcast missing out on its true growth potential just by avoiding the camera? The tools, the data, and the audience are all right there, waiting for you. It's time to hit record. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I highly encourage you to start applying these exact strategies to your own channel today.